Hi guys, welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm making Thanksgiving meatloaf. Alright, I'm starting out here in a bowl. I have 3 pounds of ground turkey. Now to that I'm going to add 1 egg. And I'm going to try to keep my seasonings as close to what you would use on your Thanksgiving turkey for my meatloaf. One of my subscribers and friends asked me to do a meatloaf video, and I have so many meatloaf videos I had to come up with something different, so I came up with this. Now I'm going to put in a teaspoon of salt. I'm going to put in a half teaspoon of pepper. I'm going to put in a teaspoon of thyme leaves. A teaspoon of sage. And this wasn't even opened up yet, guys. This is brand new. Alright, I'm going to put in a teaspoon of crushed rosemary. These are all traditional poultry Thanksgiving seasonings. And guys, I'd like to give a shout out to one of my friends. Their channel's fairly new. They do a lot of good family-oriented videos, a lot of good camping, and a lot of delicious recipes. It's Tommy and Rachel and their son Tommy Jr., Jacob, Aaron, and little Isaac. The channel's called Mama 4 Boys. I'll put a link down in the description bar. Guys, go over, check them out. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. And tell them Rick sent you. Now I'm using some panko breadcrumb. You could also use plain breadcrumb. I'm going to get this in here and get this all mixed up. And this turkey is moist, so I'm probably going to have to use extra breadcrumb. And it's a lot moister than ground beef. So I'm going to go ahead and get this all mixed up. Alright, now that I have my meatloaf mixed, before I forget, I almost did. I have 1 stalk of celery, 1 rib of celery I diced up fine, and 1 onion. I'm going to get that in there and get that mixed in. I almost forgot that, guys. That wouldn't be good to get this in the oven and find that celery and onion sitting here on the stove. So I'm just going to go ahead and get that blended. And I use probably about a cup of breadcrumb because the turkey's just that moist. It's going to need that to help it stay together when we form the meatloaf. I'm going to get this mixed up and get it in the pan, and then we'll move on to the next step. Right now in a 9x13 baking pan, I'm going to put my meatloaf in here. And I don't have this sprayed with any cooking spray or any grease, because this is stoneware and it's naturally non-stick. But if you're using something like an aluminum pan or something, you might want to spray that. And I'm going to go ahead and form my meatloaf. We're just doing 1 big meatloaf. You could cut this in half and make 2 smaller meatloafs. Or you could even freeze half of your turkey raw and make it for another meal. You just want to try to make it even. Now I'm going to put a hole in the middle because we're going to stuff this, guys. What's Thanksgiving without stuffing? So I have some instant chicken stuffing here. If you have time, let it cool. I didn't have time. I had to whip together hot. It just makes it a little easier to work with, but it really makes no great matter. I'm going to get my stuffing down in here. And I'm using chicken stuffing. If you can find turkey, that's better yet, but all I can find is chicken or even cornbread stuffing would work fine for this. So I'm going to push my stuffing down in there deep because we want to get almost all this in, because I have to throw it out because I went back into stuffing with the turkey spoon, and that's not healthy to eat then. Alright, now I'm going to take my turkey and I'm going to mold it up over top of the meatloaf to try to close that in. And if you don't get it completely closed up, that's going to be fine. You just want to get the majority of it. Okay, we're looking good, guys. And you just want to form your meatloaf. I'm going to go wash my hands and I'll be right back. Alright, now I'm going to dump some water in the bottom of my pan. I'm not going to put a lot in. I'm going for about a half a cup of water. And I'm going to hit the top of this meatloaf with a little more of the rosemary, thyme, and sage. Just a little bit for extra seasoning. Alrighty, we're looking good. Now I'm going to cover this with foil. And I'm going to put this in a 350 degree oven for 40 minutes. After 40 minutes, I'm going to take it out pull the foil off and let it go for another 20 minutes uncovered to brown the meatloaf. So that'll be a total of 1 hour cooking time. 40 minutes with the foil on and then 20 minutes with the foil off to brown it. So when it's ready to come out, guys, I'll be back. Alright guys, my meatloaf went for 40 minutes. I took the foil off and I jacked the heat up from 350 to 400. I'll have to go for another 20 minutes. You can see the top opened up on it, but that's fine. I checked it with the meat thermometer. It's 165, perfect eating temperature. I left it rest for 10 minutes in a cooking pan. I cooked it and I transferred it to this platter. Let's go ahead and carve this up and fix up a plate and see what we got. I also went ahead and made some red skin mashed potatoes, some corn, and some turkey gravy to go with this. Let me get a little taste of this meatloaf, guys. And you see the stuffing's in the middle there. Look at that gravy. Moist. Really moist. Well seasoned. Let me get a little bit of that stuffing. Guys, that's delicious. That's like Thanksgiving on a plate. Wasn't that hard at all. You see me make it. It's really delicious. Alright, there you have it. Thanksgiving meatloaf. Thanks for watching. And remember, love what you eat and eat what you love.